Sean has never worn it again. There's a reason.
By the way, are we burying the lead for like 5 weeks here? For five
I
weeks, we have not talked about the fact that I'm so consumed with Eric and Lyle and bring our boys home. The boys are coming home, guys. Dancing with the Stars. They're going to be competing against each other. I don't know who their partners are going to be. We have another prison release, 2027, December. For weeks now, we have not mentioned this. Miss Shah is coming home early. 2020, it is 2027, basically. Okay? Let me tell you something.
You got me fired up now.
I just finished designing this apartment here in New York. I bought this fucking thing in January. I'm like, it is going to be a year since I've been here for a day. Let me tell you, a year, honey, goes really. I literally had this thought today where I'm like, holy shit. 2 years? You know how quick that goes? Do you remember the global pandemic of 2020? That was 4 years ago. It seems like yesterday that I was locked down. Thank God those doors were locked. Oh, it was heaven. Although not really, because I mean, we didn't know when we were getting out. 2 years. 2 years. Season, what is it going to be? Shah is going to come back to this fucking, she's going to return to Salt Lake Housewives. She's going to fucking
I
return.
honestly, when I read that, I thought the same thing. I thought the same thing. I
Oh my God.
I flabbergasted. You know what? Here. Well, here, this is, you've got me on a goddamn soapbox. Here we go.
Okay, well, I've had some rants lately, so it's about time. It's about
Look,
time somebody
Julie
else did.
Chrisley and Todd, they can't get 2 days released. They can't get 2 days knocked off their
Mm-mm,
sentence. Okay.
mm-mm.
Julie effing Chrisley can't get an hour knocked off. And this crook, Jen Shah, this crook that preyed on older people. And do you know why this is? This is what I hate about America is the greatest country. I will never leave. However, this is what drives me nuts about our justice system. You mess with taxes and the IRS and you steal money from a bank, they will nail you to the wall. You prey on older people, you take all their money. I mean, our dear Penny that came on this show, Penny Puckett, lives in a trailer now because she gave Shaw her life savings of $40,000. You screw older people, you're out within hours. It's like our judicial system. Screw you. You mess with the IRS, you ain't getting out
Well,
a minute early. Who? Wesley Snipes? They made Snipes. He did, and the guy wasn't a career criminal.
was my guy Mike the
Jen Shaw is
situation?
a
Was the
My God,
situation
they
let
held
around?
him to the fire too I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and here we are, Jen. Every time you blink, she'll get it reduced again. Every time we blink, that criminal. She is such a, and I actually, look, I don't know, whatever. I mean, I guess if I were Andy and running a network, whatever it takes to get the ratings, but shame on them if they hire that criminal back. What a crook. And here she did all that damage to people, lied, came on TV, and she'll be back and used Black Lives Matter to try to get empathy for herself, just like Tamrat does with autism. And people fell for it with Jen. Oh my God, it's so great. She doesn't give a rip about anybody's rights. And she scammed people, white, black, everybody in between. And everybody thinks, oh my God, but she's an advocate. Give me a break. No, and all the time she's getting 8 months off, this and that knocked off. And she should be held to the fire like these Chrisleys should. She's the same level of crook and narcissist as Todd. And I cannot even, like, what a crook.
Well,
And to your point, you've raised it on these podcasts over the years that you and I have been podcasting almost 3 years together now. And you've said
that's it.
the
I've been in
last,
business for 5, so I thought it was like 4 years.
no, 3 years. Isn't that wild?
So I did 2 whole years without you, huh? Oh,
You've said that ageism is the last form of discrimination that we completely accept in this country. It's fine to make ageist jokes, fine to,
mm-hmm.
you're absolutely right.
I
You're
post pictures and
absolutely right.
people say, "What's wrong with her face?" That's disgusting. I'm really. You
Whose
tell
face?
me
Jen's?
Just anyone's. People will
Well,
say,
there is something wrong with Jen. I don't mind talking about that.
what's wrong with her face? Oh my God, they've aged. That's the best one. You go to the 90s cons, the 80s cons. I post my pictures with the people from
Oh,
now. Oh, she aged. So have you, sweetheart. Where, in what world are you that you haven't aged? We all age. I do have a real issue. I don't like age discrimination. Everyone thought that I was age discriminated against Shannon because when I slammed her for being just fucking so entitled, I said, what is she, 70? I know very well how old Shannon is. I know everything. Okay. So they thought I age shamed her. That's not age shaming her. That's just fucking reading her. Okay. Get it right. God, we're both on soapboxes, but you're not a fan. Well, listen, I did the math here. I mean, we're in season 5. So, I mean, what? We're going to have the reunion like January 2025. We'll film season 6, 25 to 26 when it airs and everything. Season 7, 26 to 27. She'll be back probably season 9, but we might have a mini pause and maybe season 8. And we're in season 5. That's only 2
she'll be
seasons.
out in 2026. They'll keep doing this. Is so. Guess what? You can murder somebody in this country. You can,
Mhm.
except for the Menendez brothers, for whatever
Mhm.
reason. You can
Well, I
have
mean,
older
also
people.
Orenthal J. Simpson, too. He went for a.
Yeah, I mean, you're keep going. I mean, I think they are getting tougher on child porn and trafficking, which is why I don't
Mhm.
think Diddy will ever see the light of day.
No.
I don't think Harvey Weinstein will ever see the light of day.
No,
Obviously, Jeffrey Epstein, if you believe he offed himself, knew, what was coming there. So,
no. Mhm.
but you do any other crime, take advantage of older people, steal,
Mhm.
except for the government, because they always want to set an example on that. Go to a
White
cushy place
collar.
doing yoga with that nut job, Elizabeth Holmes, another crook. And of course, steal from rich people, forget it. You don't even get, I mean, you get empathy. You get even more government assistance because it's like, oh, well, these rich,
Well,
they didn't earn it. So, you might as well take it. Don't even get me started. You put me on.
maybe this will help people understand me better about what an awful person I am. But if I were, listen, I'm not going to do anything over. I don't have any regrets in life. But when I was a lawyer, wouldn't have minded doing a high-powered criminal defense for white collar crime. That would have
What
been a
an
great
easy job.
that would have been a great
I
career
could do
for
it.
me. That would have been a great, well, get the degree
Well, I
and
can't because I
we'll
can't. I
talk.
don't. I have ADD. I'm like Tamara here. I have self-diagnosed ADHD, and I can't. Lawyers, what is amazing about you and my mother-in-law is a criminal
Hmm.
defense attorney is
Hmm.
they're so good at the details.
Oh
They
yeah.
can read.
Mhm.
She reads so much. I'm so envious of her. She can really stay
Mhm.
calm and read and interpret and understand and give point. And I don't have that
Mhm.
skill. I just don't. But yeah, you
I
could have
have
been
a
like Carl. I know you. I know
I
you do.
have it.
I know
I
you do.
have it.
I've been friends with you for a long time, and I know you're precise. There's a reason why you've created a successful podcast, and it's in the details. And but yeah, you could do it.
I'm like,
You could
these
do it.
7 paragraphs are good, but these 2 sentences define this word. I
Deal
don't
drugs,
understand what this means.
deal drugs in this country. Nobody cares. How many
Nobody.
drug dealers do you know that have been